So we've just got to Hong Kong safely, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and Anna's just getting ready in the room, freshen up, and we've got a couple of lifers already in the tree. That's our hotel, the Ibis, and round the back, random tree you can hear is very noisy on the street. I'm hoping I've identified these correctly: a light vented bulbul and a spotted dove. I'll have to double check. I've downloaded them to the phone already to check them, so I'm not really done any research on species before I got here. I'm just going to take photos and check what they are. So far, 2 birds around the back of the hotel, lifers already, and we're going to go for trying to find a small bit of greenery around the back of some of these buildings, which is called, sorry, I'm trying to get into this habit of filming at the same time, Hollywood Road Park. It's green, so there must be trees and bushes and things in there. So we'll go and have a look. I'm trying to, basically, if I'm going out for a walk from the hotel, then I want to find all the local hotspots if I've just got like half an hour. Okay, we've just found the entrance to Hollywood Road Park, and I can hear lots of action in there. So let's see what we got. Yeah, let's have a spin around here. There's a lot of different trees. You can hear it. Feral pigeons are definitely the first thing I saw. What have we got? What have we got? Pigeons. They get everywhere. Okay, and this section of the park has been very, very busy up here in these trees. We have got a red-whiskered bulbul, common tailor bird, warbling white-eye, Eurasian tree sparrows, feral pigeons, and more spotted doves. And I'm sure the light-vented bulbul that I got round there has been heard here. I'm going to have to learn to recognise that call. It was a lot louder here a minute ago. I should have started recording them when all that was happening. Yeah, but these spotted doves, is that a spotted dove? I'm going to have to take a picture of these birds, because I don't know if that's a manky looking spotted dove or if it's a different species. Right, I've got to get back to taking pictures of things are flying everywhere. And next up, I'm trying this place called Blake Garden, although there's no birds here really. The black kites are high up above, but I think it's sort of, there's a couple of basketball and football courts here. I think every time a ball hits the ground, wherever there was, it's just scared up into the air. So I don't think you're going to get much here. To be honest, I did miss some sort of it was a cuckoo or something. I had my settings. This is the thing, I've got to be quick on my settings. Don't go for perfect settings, just get the picture of the bird, whatever settings you're on, and fix it afterwards, because it could be the only one of the bird you get. I'm just on the waterfront at Kennedy Town, so there's Emma, and really low pass from a black kite, like almost to the point I couldn't fit it in the frame. And I kept looking around, and luckily I did, because I don't know if it was I've checked it up, it's either a sulfur crested cockatoo or a yellow crested cockatoo, one of the two. Landed in the tree and was feeding, so there's some footage. But yeah, just standing where the buses are, this black kite was doing low passes here. Yeah, this seems to be a good place for them to come down and for you to get better shots if you come to this area. We've got the bulbuls in the trees here, and all the other regular birds from the city area. Butterflies as well. I'm going to try and get a few butterfly photos. I don't know what they are, but they make nice pictures, don't they? Anything else going on around here? Yeah, so different areas seems to have different birds. So must check every tree, every area for their little unique bird. Another one today is house martin. I'm sure it's a house martin, unless it's some sort of Asian martin that I'm not sure of. But we're ticking things off. It's the first bit of filming I've done since I got into Kowloon Park. I've not wanted to miss anything. There's things jumping out all over the place. I'm on a fort here. I'll have to find out what the name is. And you can just hear these black-collared or black-shouldered starlings. I've already forgot. There's thousands of them here. Yep. There's like there are two trees of black crowned night herons, red whiskered baubles. Got some really good video and photos of them finally, without a white background. But this is just, yeah, this park will keep me busy. I've got several new species here today, lifers, and I think there's one left that I know of, some sort of large brownish reddish cuckoo. And yeah, I was going to film the next time I came here, but I think we've got most stuff, and I should have been filming whatever that is. I've got to go. Night heron. Oh, that's the one I'm after, whatever that is. I don't know, some big cuckoo thing. It's another thing. Can you see it? It's resting on that massive leaf. Oh, that's a badass shot. Look at that one. That's pretty badass for a lifer. We just stopped at Chater Gardens. I guess a square of some type with some fountains for a rest. And within a few minutes, there was a red-billed blue magpie, the one I was chasing around in Kowloon Park. And I got some really good views of it in a tree up here. Also up there were those sulphur-crested cockatoos. So unusually for such an urban area, there was a good few birding spots. Anything else? That's starling making a racket. The black-shouldered, I think I've got it right. The black-collared starling. I don't understand why I can't get which one it is, the black-shouldered or the black-collared, into my head. We're going to head over to Hong Kong Park now. We never been there before, so I think that's I mean, that's the building from Batman, isn't it? From the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight. Yeah. I can't remember that. Is that the one he jumps? I think he goes up that and he flies over from that building to the other one. I think that's the one. Hey, we're in Hong Kong Park. When I was in Kowloon Park, I missed a masked laughing thrush. Got a really rubbish picture, and then got onto the slope up here. I've got a really good one. And then there's a family of about 3 of them here, giving me some great shots. So yeah, this Hong Kong Park is really good for laughing thrush. And there's a resident kingfisher. It was tiny, it was miles away. There's low light, but I've got some pictures. Yeah, they just happily figure out there's one in the tree right there, if you can see it. So who knows what other beauties could be hanging around here. Things flying overhead. There's a wedding going on here. Markets, Anna's at markets. She's coming back. She obviously found nothing. Look at all the koi's. Just keeping an eye out for the kingfisher. I don't know where it's gone. But it's the first bird photographers I've seen since I got here, and they're obsessed with that kingfisher. Well, that was a bit of excitement. I heard a banging and clattering of a bin, and made you spin your head round. And there was a wild boar going through the trash.
I've never seen that one. I never knew that this happened in... I never knew they were in Hong Kong. I've never seen that. Digging for food.
Coming through there. There he is.
Make some good char siu. Fine food. Yeah, I know.
Just stand in front of you. Looks healthy enough. So, had everyone gathered around it. You know, everyone wants to film, and the security's trying to, you know, keep people away from it because it's a wild boar. It's dangerous, but it looked harmless enough, as you can see. It wasn't aggressive or grunting. But Anna said it looked a bit, you know, she was a bit sorry for it. It looked healthy enough. Yeah, this is turning into quite an adventure, this park. So I'm down at Yat Sen. Did I get that right? Memorial Park. On the promenade, the ocean promenade in front of our hotel. First time I've been here, just checking it out because I've been getting up around 5 a.m, which is great, 4:35, 7 hours sleep. So far the trick with the moving my hours forward back in England, so that I'm going to bed about sort of 7 here. I force myself to 7 is working, and I'm getting about 7 hours, which is, I should have a bit more, but that's good enough. I think we've done well. Anyway, this memorial promenade, nothing new down here except Eurasian magpie, picking up some dead pigeon in the road. So yeah, every new place I've been to has either been one, not a lifer, but at least a different bird. So you should explore everything in a city. But I think this is going to be the main thing of a lot of my vlogs, is going to be birding in cities, where you don't have to go into jungles, you don't have to go into massive forests and woodlands. What can you find in the city if you're in a position where you can't escape for several hours at a time or several days into, you know, birding hotspots of forests and jungles and things like that? If you're in a city in another country, you can find good birds. They are about, and you need to check out all of the places with trees, with ponds, with rivers, eateries, because the food dropped will attract birds, and if you're lucky you might get something land on your hand, and that is a bird, not the other thing. A bird land on your hand eating. So yeah, I'm just gonna, there's a couple of little promenades, I don't know the names of them, they change every like 100, 200 meters. But there's the crested miners flying about as usual, the starlings, loads of spotted doves, but it's lovely. I mean, you can see how misty it is in the morning. All the old boats still going by in use. If I'm lucky, I might see something new a bit further down here. So I'm standing on one of the piers of the Central and Western District Promenade. Just be careful, I don't want to drop my phone. And this is the first sort of wader I've seen. It was over on that one there, the first one. And there's a little egret there, and night heron was fishing, and I thought I might get it with a fish. It went down, and I think I've seen another little egret over there. Anyway, yeah, I've got pictures of the night heron going down and missing complete, whatever it was after it missed. And while I just come over onto this second pier to have a look at it from this angle, I noticed a little, I'm assuming it's a common sandpiper, unless it's some sort of Asian species, so I'll have to look it up later. So yeah, my first sort of proper wader. But yeah, there's little nuggets and Easter eggs and treats if you look closely. Don't discount anything, seriously. I almost like finding things in places where people say, don't bother. We're in the Botanical and Zoological Garden, and this is the third day in, and haven't had any lifers today. It's all the usual starlings, baubles, cockatoos, swinhose, white-eyed. I thought it might be a wandering, wobbling white-eyed. I was able to ID it from a call that it's definitely a swinhose. So it's not a lifer. It's technically a lifer in the right place, because the other one I got was in Los Angeles. It's probably an escaped vagrant or something like that. I mean, it's a very pretty garden, no doubt. I noticed the sign up in one of the other gardens saying that pesticides is used. And pesticides is used, hence why there are not many bugs, which is great, you know. But as soon as you see where there are no bugs, like when we went to Mexico, I thought, I haven't been bitten at all the first day I was there. I thought this is, yeah, it wasn't good for birds. So I've got my roll-on anti-bug roll-on, which is easier than spray, because you can just You don't have to use your hands to get all mucky. We're going to hopefully go out to Anna's village where she grew up, and hopefully there'll be less pesticide out there and some unusual birds from Mongkok. Definitely Kowloon side is looking as the better option for birding. Hong Kong, you know, there's the bits over here. I remember when I first saw the starling over here, I was like, wow, it's so exotic. And you get over to the other side, there's thousands and thousands of them. But it's a pleasant walk, no doubt. Definitely worth coming here and having a coffee and a sit down and an ice cream. I'm going to go and have an ice cream, or no, I'll stick with coffee. Behave. I had 2 big sponges today. The sun has come out and it's hot. It's like 24, 25. Whew. Better watch I don't get sunburned. It's in a village in the New Territories, north of Hong Kong. My wife's family ancestors lived, and we've just come to see the old building. And yeah, this is what nature should sound like with no pesticides. Yeah, big difference. So I've got one lifer here, an olive back pipit. As is per usual when you come out into the countryside, as opposed to cities and hotels, the wildlife is a bit more spooked. You can't get anywhere near it, and you start getting little bites. Massive insects everywhere. Yeah, I saw some sort of a wagtail on the way down on the road, and when I came in, there was some sort of wren or something ducked into the reeds by a pond. So I'd have to be here for a lot longer to give that a chance to come back out. Just to say, I'm not going to risk venturing down there, because this is where there are big spiders and other things. This is as far as I go, this bit here. I mean, I'm brave here. I mean, I've seen a couple of like coloured spiders, little yellow things, and I'm sure they're harmless. So they say in American Wolf in London, stick to the path. These butterflies, oh, I must take some pictures. I'm on Wiley Road near Mongkok. My wife is looking at some stuff and markets, so this is a good opportunity to show you what you can find if you just go looking for bits of greenery on the map. And there's a little bit here, there's enough. I can see oriental magpie robins. I was just filming that Asian Kiol or Koel. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna get slammed for that. I'll have to work that out later. Usual bulbuls, spotted dove, loads and loads of tree sparrows. If you come here for tree sparrows, you're never going to run out of them. You'll have photos for the rest of your life. I had some masked laughing thrush down there. So yeah, you only have to find somewhere with a bit of green, and you've got 10, 12 species to play with. I had some sort of a rodent down there, a little rat, or waiting to see if it comes out so I can get a bit of footage of it. But didn't it start singing again? So, hear it through the drilling. So I'm going to go, wife hasn't called me yet, so we're going to go looking at There's a reservoir recreation ground with some gardens around there. Might lead to something a bit more exotic. I can see some of the crested miners in there, but there's this mesh which is not gonna, I can't get through there with the camera, so. I think that's a long-billed crow. I'm just guessing. We'll check it out after this. So I'm in the Kings Hill Recreation Park. Stopped in here briefly because it looks pretty wooded in the surrounding urban area, shopping area. Lots going on in here, nothing new. I did pick up the sound of a scarlet minivet. All the usuals, the oriental magpie robin, bulbuls. Anything else? Saw a tailor bird, Japanese tit. What else? Yeah. So I mean, it's lots of sparrows and somebody down there feeding birds. I've checked out when someone's feeding birds. That's another good one. Have a look because there could be something random in there. But, otherwise, yeah, not. I mean, it's good for birds, but nothing new here. But it will get you out of trouble if you're if you don't want to be in the shopping area and you want somewhere local to Mongkok, MTR, while other members of the family are shopping. It's pleasant here. There's a school here. Obviously, I'm walking around with a big camera. I've just got as Mickey Flanagan says, yeah, I had to front it out. Just front it out. Yeah, just like, you know, I'm taking pictures of birds. You want to check my camera and my photos, you know, I'm all here. So, I've done a thing. I had my eye on this in the UK. It wasn't available, and it was available out here at a massive discount. So it seems stupid not to do it. It's the Canon RF 200 to 800. So what a chance to test it out in a place like this. So it's pretty low light, and I've managed to try out on a few. And I've just got 2 lifers with it. A brown shrike landed, I'm assuming it's juvenile with the coloration, and the brown shrike landed on a branch over here. Landed over there and caught an insect. I managed to get a picture of it, some sort of wasp or bee. And then what I thought were crested miners, and then I zoomed in, were in fact found out called common hill miners. So they seem to have the same wing pattern as the crested miners, but they've got orange beaks and some yellow bits. So 2 species up there. So I say if you stood on this, fort in the middle of Kowloon Park, you could probably get 90% of Hong Kong's bird species given enough time. If I lived here, I'd buy a stall, come here, you know, in my spare time and just plonk it there and just watch. But so far, yeah, it feels like sort of 30% lighter. Yeah, very, very lucky. So I've just been to Victoria Park. It's a very grey day today, so the best thing I can do is come out to the waterfront. So yeah, started at Victoria Park about 7:30, came along on the tram. All the usual suspects. Probably did have a red-billed blue magpie and some of the common hill miners, which were a lifer yesterday, but just impossible for pictures. So I saw that there was a marina across the road, and good chance for some shorebirds and waders. And there's several great white egret here, and juvenile black crowned night herons, which is, I've not seen any adults, so all the juveniles are here. I wonder why that is. I don't know. It's yeah, I'm just looking for anyone. It's down now. I'm going to walk past them and pretend I don't see them, and then I'm going to point the camera. Can you see him? Oh, we've got one. Might try and catch a photo of that. Well done, boy. There's a great white egret down here. Yeah. I mean, it's a very crisp, clear day. I mean, even though it's broadcast to be cloudy for the next few hours, I mean, that's sharp. If I took a photo of those buildings, it would be crisp. just goes to show you can never tell. So I'm just getting to the I'm about halfway down the marina, and I'm looking out and I'm seeing, I thought I saw a cormorant on the end of the boat, and I stared at it for a while, didn't move. Checked through the camera, it's some sort of raptor statue. And then there's another boat over there that's got an owl, and then I looked to my left and I'm like, oh, what's that that blue fluffy thing? That's another scarebird, whatever you want to call it. And I went, wait a minute, I can see the feathers fluttering in the wind. And I said, it's a kingfisher. Jeez, white. I think it's white-throated kingfisher. It's right on the end of that little junk there, or whatever. I don't know what they are. They mini junks? I don't know. He just sat on the end there. I've taken loads of video, loads of photos. I'm hoping he grabs a fish, because that would be a great photo. Just there at the edge there. I mean, you would miss it. You just got to be looking so carefully everywhere you go. I mean, there's so much colour and texture here. There could be a dozen birds here, and unless I went through very closely with some binoculars and looked, I missed something. What a find! It's like, yeah, I love these things when you come out to an area and you think there's going to be nothing here, you know, the odds, and then you just find a cracker. We're at the corner section of the marina. We've got little egrets and great white egrets, plenty. The more I look, the more I see there's another one there. Oh yeah, black crown night heron. Hey buddy. So an adult, I see some adults now. The adults seem to be over here. So there's a couple of adults over there. Great white egret. There's a black kite going above. So anyway, yeah, we've got little egrets aplenty, great egrets, black crown night herons. There might be some. There's a little beach over there. We're going to have a look over there. There might be a wader. Lots of white birds. A load of maybe cockatoos. Yeah, cockatoos flying off Victoria Park. Yeah, I'd love to come down here and spend some time taking photos of the fishing. Anyway, sorry, I forgot the kingfisher. I saw him just luckily out the corner of my eye come off the boat, and what's he off to? He had a fish in his mouth. So I instinctively flicked a video and filmed him from the back, and I tried to creep round to the front. He wasn't having it, and he flew up to another tree. Managed to get in front, but it was backlit. And I was hoping he'd swallow it. It was hitting this fish for ages. You can see it was, I don't know nothing about fish, but it had loads of thorns on it. So we better not swallow that with all those thorns and it still be alive. So he was trying to, trying to dispatch it before he swallows it. Keep my eyes open, it's getting very exciting now. I didn't think this end would be very good, but this is what, again, I've said this before, this is what I like. I like going to places that you don't expect to see anything, or are told there's nothing there, whether it's traveling normally or even just bird watching and just getting something amazing. So I'm on Cheung Chau Island, and I didn't recognize that call, and I checked it. Yellow-browed warbler, and it's been around for about 10 minutes. I managed to get some shots of it. It's a bit, I don't know if it's supposed to be that scruffy looking, if it's a juvenile, I don't know, but I think it's one of the birds I see coming up in the UK, and I don't bother running to it. I thought one day I'll see it on my travels, and sure enough, there it is. A lot of helicopters here. There's some nice beaches on the north side of the island, but not as many birds. There's some of the more tropical ones around here. So the red-billed blue magpies around here, and that yellow-browed warbler. I've heard a bit of squawking. I don't know what that's from. Plenty of red kites up there. No other raptors at all yet. And you know what's really weird about so far in Hong Kong? There have been no seabirds. Apart from the egrets, which are hanging around, and the herons. The marinas, there have been no gulls. I haven't seen a single gull, which I've never heard of that anywhere. So I don't know why they don't like gulls. Maybe they're all hanging out of the wetlands. Maybe the food's really good up there and they don't bother coming down this way, even though there's all the scraps and lovely, food. So I just missed a Pacific reef heron I saw it just out in the distance on a rock. It looked like it caught a fish. And I thought I'll get closer, but I've got to pass some trees. And as I passed some trees, a guy on some sort of motorized bike came by. And I didn't see him. I sort of scoured the horizon and he was going away. And I kind of tried to get photos of him the side to get an ID. And the ID came up as Pacific Reef Heron. So it's a lifer. And I'm hoping if I carry on round here, there'll be another one. I think what it hopefully did was caught a fish out of sea, brought it in and ate it on a rock. So hope we replicate that and I get some closer photos. Okay, I'm trying to get this pronunciation correct.
I like this.
Cheung Chau.
Chau.
So this is the main drag where all the restaurants are.
Chau.
And I've had my Thai coconut and I had my frozen watermelon side. And yeah, this is cracking. These boats is where all the black kites come down and hunt for fish. So at any time there's probably about 10 out there. You can see them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, some over there, some above us. You've got multiple black crowned night herons down here. They're legrets. And what is it? I've got the Pacific. What was it? The Pacific blue. Oh, I've forgotten the name of that. I've got the heron I missed earlier. So, what else? You know, 2 lifers. You know, yellow-browed warbler. But yeah, it was £3 to come, so about $30. So yeah, just jump on the boat and come over here. It's not expensive at all as well, so don't worry about that. Just because it's an island, it's not expensive. A lot of activity. Watch out for get smacked in the face by house martins. Barn swallows. They're flying under here, and their nests are under there. Okay, so we just got to the Mai Po Nature Reserve. The group is in Cantonese. You cannot come on your own, you have to book. And you go in a group and it's a 3-hour tour. It's in Cantonese, my wife is listening to it. I don't need to know bird species, I'm just here for the lifers. I'll know it if I see a bird I've never seen before, I'll know. So yeah, really good state-of-the-art facilities, clean, spotless, really well run. Make sure you're covered. It's only 21 degrees at the moment, but it's hot. And I have bought a top and put my bottom of my trousers back on because 3 hours in the sun, you'll be surprised how quick that catches up with you. But that's the tour there. So remember, you have to book in advance and you go in a group. You can't go wandering off on your own. So let's get to it and get loads of lifers. So we're about half an hour in. The leader of the group just said I can wander off a bit because I don't speak Chinese. So he's let me go off to take some photos. Just said go up 20 meters ahead. So we're going to start on a boardwalk now. And got a lifer, Chinese pond heron. I mean, that's one of the ones I was expecting. A couple of others I thought might be lifers. There was a little grebe. There's some sort of red shanky, I don't know, wader over there. Heat haze is terrible, so I'll have to look up what species. I took as good a picture I could in this heat. There's a huge bird hide over there. So I assume we'll be heading to that. But that's there is China right there. Closest I've been to China. We just stopped at the first hide, big hide there. Got several new species: Oriental Promenade, Chinese, I think it was white-fronted water hen. The other ones I'm going to have to look up, some sort of plover, a yellow wagtail, I don't know what subspecies though. I've got a big group of spoonbills. Bit of bad heat haze, but what are you going to do? I'm just going to check out what that is. Panic over, just a bulbul. It was at the top of a tree, like a small kestrel, a bird of prey. Were there any other things? There were a couple of things flitting around. I've probably missed. I've heard of warbler of some type. Got a Eurasian tiger heron. There are pintail widgeon. Again, other waders, some sort of sandpipers. We're going to have to find out if they're Chinese or Eurasian. Another lifer, briefly, pied kingfisher. I believe it's a pied-fin kingfisher. That's specific. It was just hovering, and I thought it was a bird of prey, but it was really white and black. It really stood out, and I got a couple of shots. Yeah. So I'm just trying to mix between video and photos because there's good stuff. I'm getting to walk among the reeds on a platform. Fantastic. Just got some flying prenticles, those oriental prenticles. So I think that was another one. I've got a. As soon as I start filming, something appears. Look at this. Amazing. Yeah, we were supposed to be here for 3 hours, and I said to him, it's going to be more than 3 hours. And he said, yeah, do you mind? No. Oh, so I saw a stone chat of some type. Apparently it's an amur, A-M-U-R, amur. That's the stone shaft movie. I've checked it online. There's Stettingers or something. I get that pronunciation wrong. Also known as, but it was a female. European one doesn't occur over here, so that's a new bird as well. Got some better pictures of what was the white-collared crow, the white-hooded crow, the white. Just the heat's down. Can't think properly. That's good, there are no Westerners here. Alright, finally getting a chance to do a bit about this pond in Kowloon Park. The trees over there are full of night herons, black-crowned night herons. So if you come to this park, you're going to get your fill for years. Yeah, there's dotted around the front, there are juveniles. I haven't seen any other waterfowl. So apparently there was a water hen here. I haven't seen anything, even a spotted sandpiper. But yeah, I think they fly over there and they go and fish on the seafront. Then I go and sit up that way on the fort and look out for things passing by. This is the first opportunity I've had to film. The light has been terrible on other days. So yeah, I estimate there's about, I don't know, 60, 70 of those night herons. In this wall here, you're going to have tree sparrows nesting in there. Could be something else if I've got the time to check it out. And you have starlings come down here. The black collared starlings will come down to. You'll get some good photos. Yeah, they'll come down to this point here and just feed quite casually. What else? Yeah, if you go around, there's all the usual suspects. You'll get tailor birds and the bulbuls. We're going to go up to the fort because that's where I saw the shrike. I saw the miners. Yeah, anyway, I've got 1 hour till sunset, and this is great light for it, so I'm going to go to my usual spot.
That somebody spread their wings and they think they're off.
This is going to be the best day so far for light. And I think it said this is a cone. All right, the viewing cone. It's not a fort. So Like to have that shrike come back. Landed right there. A lone brown bird you could have easily mistaken for a sparrow. Night heron. Ooh. Oriental magpie robin. We're getting good with the names. Glorious light. I'd like to get some of those black kites come down. That'll make some good starlings. It's a lovely day. Will we get any lifers in the next 40 minutes? We're on Pok Fu Lam Reservoir on Hong Kong Island, and I'm just checking out all the sort of lakes and reservoirs and ponds and parks on this side. Is that a bird or is that mechanical? Oh, squirrel. Literally squirrel ran across the road. I tell you, that's I don't know if you can do that on the iPhone. Can you film simultaneously on the front and back? Because that would be a damn good idea. Surely, I've got to look into that. That's a good, because if something runs across the road while I'm live, that's brilliant. Why haven't they thought of that yet? Anything? Got to watch this sun, because I was burnt yesterday, even though I had the umbrella up. It's probably because of my very light skin from not being tanned for a while. I tanned very quickly. Who do you? What the hell are you? I only decided to come about halfway up the hill from the reservoir because I don't want to knacker myself out. I've got a lot of walking to do today. I don't want to destroy my feet. It's been hard the first few days. Also, you can hear here, I've gone down a little bit from halfway and the bird songs picked up. Further up, there was almost nothing. So I'm going to come here and take my chances. So about here, a little bit further back, I heard a bird sing, checked the BirdNet app, and it said I just memorized this and I've forgotten it. Hold on. It's called oh my gosh, Scimitar babbler. Streak-breasted Scimitar babbler. I recorded that on the BirdNet app, couldn't see it. And then as I was coming back down from hearing nothing, I saw something go through the trees. I thought, well, there's no roads here, so it must be a bird. And I looked about and there were 3 birds popping. I couldn't get them. I had to switch to full manual focus because a lot of the birds I'm getting now, I just cannot, the autofocus will not work. So this is the thing with this new lens, the Canon RF 200 to 800 compared to my Sigma 150 to 600, is the manual focus is very fiddly. It won't allow you to bypass the autofocus with a quick manual focus without pressing a button, and it's kind of hard to get your hand and your 2 fingers in the right place. So I decided for looking for these other birds jumping through the trees, that I'd go full manual, and it worked. It was a greater necklaced laughing thrush, very pretty bird. There were a few of them. I managed to get a few shots off, and they disappeared off into the trees. And my heart was pounding. Please get it, please get it. I couldn't believe I got a couple of blurry, rubbishy shots to at least say, well, you can sort of make out what it is. But my heart was racing. So in these trees, I'm going to probably stick to manual focus for now, because it's pretty good. You get these little green dots when they line up when the thing in front of you is focused right in the middle. So for trees, manual focus does work. It's pretty good. You might be terrified of it, but it's worth a try. But we're going back down now because the bird songs picked up down here. Again, I don't want to knacker myself. I mean, if I've got plenty of time, then next time I'll go all the way to the top of the hill. But where the bird song starts to disappear, you start to, if I go up there and there's nothing there, I'm going to be a bit angry. I mean, many places I thought, oh, should I bother? And I've gone all the way, and I thought, lucky I did. We'll never know. But today I'm just doing as much as possible the whole day, covering as much ground without destroying my feet. Okay, we just arrived at the outside of the Aberdeen Park Reservoir, and that was a trek up that Aberdeen Reservoir Road. My gosh, if you ever doubted gravity. Lucky I was drinking a can of Diet Coke while I was walking up there and getting hydrated, ready for this. So I'm standing in the shaded area. You can hear it's very much alive. And just as I was walking towards the gate, I saw a green, quite a dark green bird fly across about 2 feet off the ground, and some sort of parrot. So I ran over and looked to my left, looked up in the trees. Where's it gone now? I didn't. It flew past a sort of pillar, and it didn't emerge from the other side. So it's in the tree behind there somewhere, surely. So I was looking up. Where's this parrot? Oh, it was on the ground. Yeah, so I got some, like, I snap off, try to get a few sharp photos first. That's the rule now. And then it's like, if it's hanging about, it's video time. So yeah, getting some different calls, and I thought, oh, this got to be different birds. And as I'm checking, it's common tailor bird again, it's swinhose white-eye again. So the birds have multiple songs, and it's going to, yeah, again, it'll take me ages to learn all these. I mean, this is the kids' walk. There might be, I'm going to sort of zigzag in and out all the different bits. I think the reservoir's over there. We were going to go back to the Hong Kong wetlands today, but I'm already down here. I've looked at the weather. The weather today is going to be more sunny. Now, I want trees for that. The weekend, which I said I wouldn't do because it'd be busier and warmer up at the Hong Kong wetlands, there's more chance of rain, which means it's cloudier, which means it can feel 5 degrees cooler, and I'm not going to get sunburnt. So even though I said I was against it, I'll probably get up early on Saturday or Sunday and go there and do it on them. And then I'll just explore today and tomorrow the peak and anything on Hong Kong Island and any little random bits that I can think to fill in. Right, so let's start walking and see if anything pops up. Let's go. Listen to that. That's the busiest I've heard in a long time. Yeah, those red whistles, bulbuls are everywhere. Just going to come off now because I think a lot of them, I better check everyone just in case. Switching a GoPro for this one because of the depth of field I need to get it all in. Careful hanging this over because it's only held on by glue. So yeah, make sure the sun's, so this is actually good for red kites, black kites, because they come, well, seeing as we're so far up, they come almost at eye level. Yeah, there's just one over there, but nothing yet. Just there's a lot of bird sound, but nothing new. But there's a lot of greenery here, so it's got down to the point now where I've got most of the stuff you're going to see in Hong Kong. Hold it over the edge there. Yeah, I think, yeah, so I've just got one of those mounts where it's stuck on, which is what you use to put on a surfboard or something like that. So if I'm hanging over the edge of the reservoir, it's going bye-bye. So what I need to do really is get a cable tie for just to add that little bit of extra safety. So I'll pick one up of those, one of the charity shop or the haberdashers or something. Anyway, this is the Aberdeen Park's reservoir. I would have thought places like this would have had birds around the edges, some waders, but no. There's a lot of butterflies, so if you come here and you're into butterflies, you can have a good time. Yeah, I've tried to take a picture of a few. If they land, I'll grab it, but I'm not going to go chasing them, to be honest. And they're pretty, but maybe that'll be the next thing. Once I've taken enough birds, I'll move to butterflies, and then when I have enough butterflies, I'll get a macro lens and never have to leave the garden. Nope, do not face backwards into the sun. I always look up when the crows are making a racket, because yeah, that's meant to mention that. I heard them making a racket just before I left the last place, and they were chasing a buzzard. No, I don't know if it's a common buzzard from over there, so I checked it up, and the common buzzard doesn't come this far. Common buzzard doesn't come this far east, so apparently it's the eastern buzzard. So that is a new tick. Not a brilliant picture. I'd have to go up to the peak to get it because it was right above the hill. Another bulbul? I think so, yeah. Let's come down to the tree level. There's another one. Yeah, if you stood here, you'd get some cracking black kite action. Eye level. Light's a little bit strong, so you'd want them maybe coming across, lower than eye level. Oh, there's a white bird, probably some sort of egret, taking off over there. At least there's some waders here. I hold out hope. Looks like a little, is it little? I can't see from this distance. So I'm in the Aberdeen Park upper reservoir. It's a really good place for black kite shots because they come down low and they have a drink and then they fly across the water, which means the sun's on their back for a change and you're not just getting an underside silhouette. So I've been here about half an hour and getting some really good shots, and they come down for a drink. Sometimes you'll see them look up and a crow will come after them and chase them off. Yeah. There's one down there. So yeah, just be a bit patient. I'm trying to get the crow shots, but in this direct sunlight, it's awful quality. Nothing much else up here, but if you want to get butterfly, if you want to get some good black kite shots, I think I can see one on a power line over there. I got one on the power line earlier, some nice footage. Bit of handheld practice. So I'll just turn you a second. See, I've got my top on now because the sun can catch up with you. I was just using that as a sun shield. So I put the jacket on because it's, weirdly enough, just standing beside that is freezing cold. So if it's 21 degrees, but as soon as you're in the shade, you will feel it. Yeah, so I'm just going to give it another 20 minutes and then I'll start thinking of another place. Yeah, that side's perfect, obviously. Sometimes I've seen them low on this side, but you've got the sun behind them, so it's just gonna be awful. Oh, there's terrible lighting, you're not going to get a well-balanced shot. So we're going to go back to our spot. Yeah. I still feel there's the shot of the day to get yet. See, once I'm in the shade, always cold. Oh, and I saw while I was standing here, some sort of giant hornet was collecting something, nesting material. And I tried to get a picture, but I did get a sharp picture of it. And I tried to get some video, but he was off. I reckon I could have caught it in the air if I'd given enough a chance. I'll find the name of the hornet afterwards. We're on Aberdeen waterfront, the marina. We had a walk along after our long stay by the reservoir. Came down here hoping that there might just be a gull. I'd give anything for a gull. Yeah, no gulls down here. I'm baffled. We've got the cockatoos flying back and forth, a few herons, lots of kites, baubles, sparrows. Nothing new down here that I've seen. Yeah, night herons fishing off the boats, and no shadow there. It's most of the old boats down that way. I think that's where that old floating restaurant is. It looks like it's there. I thought it'd been carted off somewhere. Maybe they brought it back. I have to read up on that. But my wife is off with her mates from school, and I'm going to go and get something to eat because I am hammered. I think I've been on foot for about 8 hours, and if you'd have shown me a couple of new species, I probably wouldn't get excited about it. Anything else to report? I thought about going over to the other island, but if it's not in here, it's not going to be over there. We're at the Hong Kong Wetlands, and yep, it was as mobbed as I thought it was going to be. Lots of children out on day trips. Not a problem. I sometimes think that when there's a lot of people, the wildlife gets used to it, and you might get better photos. Now I'm on a boardwalk around the front of the visitor centre. Nothing here. There's a great white eagle over there that landed a minute ago. There's nothing alive here. There are 3 hides, and basically the best one is just a mudflat hide. Basically goes straight there. When I walked in, you see like 6 photographers with their lenses out, and there's loads of action there. With a couple of dozen black-faced spoonbills, garganey, black-winged stilts, shovelers. What? That looked like a cattle eagle or something. I hope that lands. What else? Yeah, little ring plovers. I believe it's a marsh sandpiper would be a lifer for me. I got some. I got the black-winged stills mating. I was just happened to be filming. What else? Big turtle. Come on, Justin. People are boring you. Loads of green shank. Eurasian teal. Und pied wagtails, common sandpipers, 1 red shank. Come on, Justin. Think. Rather, loads and loads of grey herons. I heard a large hawk cuckoo recorded. Couldn't see it. It's pretty loud, but it was off in a sort of area where I can't walk. So very disappointed. That's 2 birds I've had relatively close. It's dark in here. Turn the camera. They were relatively close, and I couldn't get a photo of them. Very disappointing, but that's the way it goes. I always say I'll get it next time. And yeah, just little update. If I see anything new, I think I'll do one more circuit, because when I come away from a place, you know, some things could come in the land while I've been gone, and give it another chance. So I'm going to do one more circuit, go use the loo, nice cold drink, and get back to looking for any yeah, anyway, yeah, let's get to it. Alright, we've done a second circuit of the Hong Kong wetlands. Nothing new. We saw white-breasted kingfisher doing a bit of hunting. Got some photos of that from the mudflat hide, same one. All the photographers are still in there. Just after I spoke on the last one, I think I got a yellow-browed warbler in there, and a juvenile Chinese pond heron was relatively tame, and some sort of red dragonfly. I'm not expert. I saw some other photographers pointing at it. I had a look and got a shot, because they look nice. These cameras take nice insect photos too. Any other news? Yeah, the first time round I got some nice pictures of a yellow-breasted prenia. The one I saw at my wife's village, got some better photos. It was up on a reed, singing. So I took some pics, switched to video, trying to wait for people to stop walking by because of all the shouting. I wanted to hear the song. Would have been nice to record the song, but it wasn't meant to be. A couple of lookouts. I'll just pop in briefly and just see. All I saw was tufted ducks and a couple of egrets in those. So yeah, at the moment, where are we? We're in March. It's like being, that mudflat hide was like being in Europe. 95, except for the spoonbills and the marsh sandpiper, it was like 95% of the stuff you'd see in Europe or the UK. I can't believe I'm on the other side of the planet and seeing all the same stuff. Okay, I'll fess up. I just went into that viewing screen just before the visitor centre for one last peek, and just as I stopped and looked, a collared crow flew by. I thought maybe I'll get another chance. I was standing there, spoonbill came by, black-faced spoonbill, then another one, and then a whole flock of them. So they've obviously come over from the other hide, and I got some decent photos, probably the better photos now, the closer photos. So sometimes you always come away with that one little thing, because I think that's what we came up this way for, those black-faced spoonbills. Those are the big draw, aren't they? When I was there the other day at the Mai Po, how do you pronounce it? Visitor centre, the proper walk we had to schedule. A couple of the girls in the party, Chinese girls, were sort of like jumping and laughing and happy that they'd seen the spoonbills, because they weren't coming out at first and they all suddenly just appeared on one of the mounds. It was an exciting moment. So there obviously is the thing to see here. So I'm on the Lung Fu Shan hiking trail. Started further over my end by my hotel, the Ibis, and I've walked all along going south towards Kennedy Town. I'm just below Kennedy Town now, and yeah, it was a bit of a disappointing walk. I thought, you know, come to somewhere where there's lots of trees, you know, bushes, all sorts, high up in the mountain, and there'd be something here. And yeah, so I've probably walked somewhere in the region of about 3/4 of a mile, a mile. And back there, I saw something small, and it was kind of black, and it looked like a hummingbird. I thought, is there a vagrant hummingbird here that I don't know about? Single chirps, and I missed it. I was trying to track it with, I was trying to listen for it, but there was lots of tree felling and grass cutting going on with really powerful equipment. Couldn't hear a thing, as you know, the bane of birders. And just got to this bit of falls just below Kennedy Town, and I hear the chirping again, so I get my camera ready, put all my stuff away so my hands are free, and there he is. He well, say he in a minute. jumping the gun here. Get this little bird. It looks like a hummingbird. It's sort of hovering a couple of times like a hummingbird. So maybe they don't have hummingbirds here, but it's a vagrant or a release or something. And so take several pictures, and it's gone. And look at the pictures I'm scrolling through. Not sharp. One sharp pin, really good sharp photo. And I was like, that moment, isn't it? It's a relief. Whew. So he disappears off, and I'm listening. I can hear the chirping, and then I see something else moving, and it's get it into the camera, into the lens, and I get it into frame, and it looks like the same bird, but it's kind of olive green, and I assume it's the female, and I see her pick up little bits of twig, so obviously the nest building. That was about 5 minutes ago. They haven't returned, but I got pictures of both of them. I'm pretty happy with. A bit of cleaning up, high ISO because of the light around here. Just applied some bug. Well, it's not spray, it's a roll-on, but it leaves a lot of liquid. This particular one, this jungle one. So I put it on, and then I mop it off with tissue. Seems to be doing the job. Nothing's landed on me for a while. So we carry on, but that's a nice little lifer. Makes this little walk worth it. I thought it was going to be a blowout. Mate, if you think, listen, you think with this kind of surroundings, this place would be alive with sounds. I mean, you get some cicadas or crickets, or I don't know what's making that noise. Yeah, it's very quiet. What's it? Pinewood Battery barbecue site. Yeah, I'm not walking up any steps. Just trying to, because I come home every day, my feet wrecked. So you just try to do the most to minimise the damage to your feet when you're out walking. Barn swallow nest, just round the corner from Kennedy Town Station. There it goes. Another one. The first thing I saw when I got here. We're just going around the peak, and near the front I heard one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. It turned out to be a black-throated laughing thrush. Didn't know until I'd found it. I wish I'd recorded it now, but just go to YouTube and you can hear it. Yeah, what a mix. It's like a song thrush mixed in with, I don't know, whatever you want to, like that, what other bird sings like that. But yeah, and up there with song thrush. But multitude of different songs. Yeah, I had to fight with manual focus to get it. It was good. The reason I couldn't see it was actually on the ground, sort of going through leaves like a blackbird. I eventually got it pretty full on. Yeah, I got a couple of like sort of bit of the face, and then I stood there for about 20 minutes trying to find it. I got it, and that's a great feeling. I'm a bit of a dog with a bone when I need to get that better picture of a bird that I only got a rubbish picture of before. So happy days. So I think I'm about a third of the way around. So I'm going to see if there's any more lifers to get round here. What else have we up here? Not much. I mean, some white-breasted mooniers. I've not seen one since that. I think it was like the first day I was here. Got to break out the GoPro for this one to get the depth of field in. Thing is with this filming thing, you've just got to front it out. Everybody in Hong Kong looks down at the lens. And then you see other photographers with, like, you know, sort of 300mm lens or whatever, and you see them turn away as if to say, that's a much bigger lens than mine. I noticed on one of my previous videos for today, getting a good tan. Bit of a soundtrack. Hey mate, just walk with me and sing. You can be the soundtrack. Yeah, I haven't used any lotion. I'm really trying not to use lotion. I've got an umbrella in my bag, and I put moisturiser on constantly to stop my skin from drying. Umbrella, stand under trees, and I got a little bit red, but whack on a bit of moisturiser. Next morning you wake up, you're all good. So you can see a hotel. It's not labelled. I've seen it clearer. I have seen it clearer. I should have come a couple of days ago. It was absolutely razor sharp all the way to the mountains. So, but things, different things come up. Planned to go to the wetlands on Wednesday, and to see a friend yesterday. So if we don't do it today, we've got to come up here with a weekend crowd. Bird sounds really quietened off here. Yeah, the birds seem to, you think if you go into a forest, that's you're going to get lots of birds, but they seem to favour that sort of borderline between a forest and open land, whether it be city or field. Yeah, every time I've gone right into the middle of the forest, and you think it's supposed to be, you know, just bursting with song, and it doesn't. It goes really quiet. But you go to the edge and things are flitting in and out, and that's where the action is. Same in every country. And that was a great little moment. I just stumbled on a family of about 4 greater necklet laughing thrush, the ones I got briefly yesterday. I've got some great photos of and some little bit of footage, but considering how tame they were, I just couldn't get a clear shot. They were sort of hanging behind a leaf on a branch with, you know, other branches in front of it, on the ground with tons of grass in their face, and I was almost cursing that I couldn't get a straight shot. But eventually got some stills and some video. I want some video of most of the things, so I fire off a few shots in different angles, switch to video. It's quite easy to video. It's almost easier to video than it is to take pictures, like I've said before, with the DSLR. I'm really loving the lens, but yeah, I'm noticing I'm noticing that that where it's, what is it, 200mm times the 1.6, so it's like over 300mm minimum. I can go to. So it's like I'm almost falling off the side of the flaming peak, trying to get the bird in without cutting its tail off. So yeah, that's one of those moments when this lens is a bit of a pain. You know, it's great when you've got the 800mm when the bird's far away, but there are those couple of times when the bird's very close and you just can't fit it in. Have to chop it off. I mean, yeah, you can turn it portrait for the tail, but when you're filming you don't do that. So good little moment. Right, yeah, I'm starting to get tired now. I've gone hell for leather for what, 8 days straight, and it's getting to the point where I'm like, yeah, birds, whatever. Phew, I stink. Luckily I've got a spare t-shirt for the ride home on the MTR. But yeah, I might, so Sunday, tomorrow is the last day. I just popped in here, picked up a hard drive in the electronic area for about £16 less than you pay in the UK. I'm having problems with mine, so I better get one ready. What else? Yeah, I'm just, it's, I think the temperatures was doing it. When I booked, it was like predicted to be 2021, and it's done about 2025, 24, 25. And yeah, the heat is what wipes you. I specifically didn't come next month because the rainy season hits. Luckily there's been no rain, or it would have been, I mean, I've been bitten a bit, but the spray, once I put on the jungle, so the roller, it works pretty well. I'm just trying to knock off a bit of footage now. I saw the pretty pronounced cuckoos, the turkey-looking brownie blackbird, and I think I know what it sounds like. A kind of gorilla or an orangutan coming. Is that frog? Somebody said it was a frog. It's not. It's those cuckoos, and I just missed it by like 10 seconds. Two of them full and sort of bundled to the ground. Like I was down the end of the path. I was running up the path, jumped on a light, and then flew outside. And I went, just that timing. You never know when that's going to happen. I just missed it. But I still think this park has got a. I still think the park has got one more surprise to give away. I mean, I just got an improved picture of the Japanese tit finally. I keep getting underside pictures, so I've got a decent picture of that. But I think, yeah, I'll come back if I'm figuring out what to do tomorrow. I'll get up early and I'll come over here. And like I said, I still think this park has got a couple more surprises left to give me. Night, Harry. Yeah, so I think back tomorrow if I'm struggling for any ideas of where to go. And my one last surprise was a bat. Maybe someone could tell me what species. I tried to take photos, video, forget it. But that was a nice little surprise. But darting about, I got pictures at 10,000 ISO. So somebody tell me what it is. It's a small strip of land, mini wood, just north of the Chinese cemetery near Kennedy Town. I was walking through yesterday and I got a blue whistling thrush and a red-billed blue magpie eating a frog. As you can hear, it's very busy. It's if you're in this area, this is one of the sort of few foresty, woody places you can come to. You will see some interesting. If I had more time, I'm sure I'd get that's an Asian coal. You can hear the Asian coal constantly singing. Yeah, I'm sure I'd find something new here. There's lots going on. I'm having to keep an eye on it. See, the butterflies are so big here. You keep mistaking them for birds. This huge banyan tree. If you can get it in. Yeah, just over the park. The one on top of the peak, but not as big. We're going to go back over to Kowloon Park, because even though this is a nice sort of place to stay, I'm running out of time now, and there's a few more, but I think Kowloon Park has a few more bits to give me. I want some better pictures of things I could only get in low light, or I saw briefly on the first day, like the red-billed starling, and yeah, apparently there was like an oriental turtle dove and some other kind of collared red-bellied dove or something like that. There's a few lifers there still to get, so I better get over there. It's a dog walking area. It's a bit dumpy. There's a lot of sort of building material being sort of left here. I don't know if this was from the, there was a big, what was it, the big storm when I was here in, was it 2016? When I did all the Bruce Lee locations and all the trees were just down everywhere. But yeah, I mean, it's a good little, I'd get up in the morning and come here instead of most places in Kowloon, in the Hong Kong area, Kennedy Town. This is one of the nicer walks for birding numbers. You can hear it. It's just, yeah. I mean, even the trail up on the mountain wasn't this loud with bird song. Yeah, so the Chinese cemetery just below Kennedy Town Station, and it's just a little part. This area doesn't even have a name, as far as I can tell.
第一次咁靚㗎，咁多年啊嚇！舊年又唔靚，舊年冇咁靚，冇咁多花，今年最靚，多係啊，咁多，下次今日喺呢度，你話咧人呢唔係。
Chinese bubble. Chinese bubble.
擺草翁啊！係咩？嗰個係醫生嚟嘅，係醫生嚟。
灰鷺喺左邊，因為大概10隻裏邊咧有一隻到咧就點咧？係啊，灰鷺喺北邊。咁咧，白皮佬通常咧就高大少少嘅。我開窗啊！見到白皮佬。係啊。因為你哋喺深圳見到。